Rotherham isn't just steel, rivers and bridges. Beneath everyday life there are whispers of ghosts, the strange presences of history bleeding through into myth. Today, I'll show you haunted tales from Rotherham and its surrounding areas. Tales of lost souls, curses, earthworks that hold more than just soil, and sightings in the trees. Some are rooted in fact, others the imagination of the locals. Together they compose the folklore tapestry of Rotherham.
Welcome to Mysterious Lore. The ghost of Keppel's column.
Okay, so today we're in Rotherham. This is the story of Keppel's Tower. The tower was built in recognition of Admiral Keppel, who was famous for being in charge of the HMS Victory, which was known in Battle of Trafalgar in later years. This was built in his honour, even though quite a few times he was under scrutiny for various neglect and things like that. Was arrested a couple of times but cleared with the full charges in his later life. So the folklore here is that there's lights kind of seen from the tower and like candlelight, things like that. There's also been stories which haven't been substantiated, but stories of a phantom ghost falling from the top of the tower and landing at the bottom.
The lost patient.
Okay, we're now at Ulley Reservoir, just south of Rotherham. Ulley Reservoir had an asylum not too far away in the early 20th century, and one of these asylum patients managed to escape and made their way up to this reservoir. The patient ended up drowning in the reservoir, and from then visitors have heard footsteps walking around the path and seen ghostly sightings of a person of unknown origin. The mystery deepens because the asylum had no reports of anyone ever going missing. Who was the mysterious person, and where are all the records now?
The witch's test.
Okay, so now we're at the bottom of a cliff that they call the Witch's Cliff. Back in the day, the people that they accused of witchcraft, they would take to the top of this cliff and would throw them off. If they survived, they were a witch. If not, well, they were pardoned in their death. So from that moment on, today people have reported seeing ghostly sightings of women and witches walking around the bottom of this cliff.
Dinnington Barrow.
We're here in Dinnington, famous for its coal mining and collieries, but today we're here for a different story. We're here for something that was once more than just a street. Back in 1862, a barrow, an ancient burial mound, contained about 20 skeletons which were excavated by archaeologists. Fast forward in time, and the barrow was destroyed in the 1950s. Then, in the late 70s and early 80s, homes were built near the site. Locals moving into these houses began reporting odd sightings, something walking among the trees, indistinct shapes, perhaps figures, perhaps shadows, sometimes described as walking dead. There is also rumoured to be a skull from one of these bodies displayed in the Clifton Park Museum in Rotherham to this day. Could these be explanations? Could there be explanations for the shadows in the low light, or figures against the trees? Perhaps. But the repeated reports over years suggest something in the communal consciousness. Maybe it's the ghosts of the bodies trying to reunite with the lost skull in the museum. I will let you decide. Leave a comment and let me know what you think.
Roche Abbey ghosts.
Okay, we're now at Roche Abbey. Roche Abbey is famous for quite a few ghost stories. It was originally a abbey from 1100s until 1535 when it was demolished due to the dissolutions of the monasteries. So there's quite a lot of ghost stories here, from hooded figures to headless horsemen. Today's story is one of a skeptic. The skeptic came here to disprove the ghosts here, and all seemed to be going against him. His equipment failed, even down to his van refusing to start, until he came back from the car park to the abbey and apologised. This apology enabled his van and all his equipment to start working again, just like that. Okay, so we're now on our last story of Rotherham. This is the story of Whiston Village. Whiston Village was known to have a witch. Known only as Mrs. W, the witch took a dislike to the local chickens. The houses that had chickens, she was known to walk by throwing salt and cursing. Once she walked by, there was no eggs laid by these chickens, and that was the end of the chickens. It's a mysterious superstition from a quiet village. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you've been to any of these places and have your own experiences, or there's somewhere that you'd like us to go and tell a story of, leave it in the comments and we can have a look at it. Thank you.